So today's a Sunday, and actually normally on a Sunday I'll have something a bit more hearty for my breakfast, but I wasn't that hungry when I woke up. I felt like it's because I was snacking last night before bed, which normally I don't do, but Andrew brought these crisps upstairs and I was munching away at them, and this morning I just didn't feel that hungry. So I've had a banana and some coffee, not too groundbreaking, but lunchtime has arrived and I am hungry now. So I'm gonna have a ham sandwich because I recently discovered this Coronation coleslaw from Marks and Spencer's that I am so obsessed with. I had it with steak last night as well and it was delicious. So I'm going to be having a ham sandwich, and then for dinner tonight I'm kind of thinking about having a pasta dish because I was sent some like a box from Evangelist Pasta that came with so much fresh pasta that I'm so excited to eat. So I'm thinking about whipping up like a sauce to perhaps go alongside it, or there is a sauce in there, so I'll just see what it has in it and if I want to add anything to that. But I'm very excited. So it's going to be a pasta dish this evening, which is quite rare for me because I don't eat pasta all that often. But yeah, it should be a really good one, so give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, and let's get on with the day. So I have this beautiful bread that I picked up from Sainsbury's, and this is the Taste the Difference multi-seed bloomer, which honestly guys, I tried this for the first time a couple of days ago and I love it. It's amazing with soup, it's great as a sandwich, and it's just full of seeds, and I love that. I love bread that's a little bit different, a little bit squidgy and seedy, so I'm going to have that. But because I haven't pointed this on WW, I have no idea what each point equates to, so I'm going to get my app out and tell you guys. 3 points per slice, which I think is perfectly reasonable and actually quite typical with a lot of bread. So I'm going to pop this back into my bread bag, which I get a lot of questions about. I'll link it in the description box down below. Keeps bread nice and fresh. I also have some butter here. I'm going to use the light Bertolli. I really like Bertolli actually. I've kind of converted from having Lurpak to Bertolli, so I'm going to have a serving of that. Feel free to use whatever spread or butter, or skip on the butter altogether, because if you're having coleslaw you probably don't need it, but I'm going to have it. And in my trusty food wraps, which will also be linked down below, I have my ham. This is the M&S honey cured ham, which is honestly guys, it's so delicious. If you can hear the washing machine, I'm sorry, it's on a cycle. I will give you guys a rough point value in a second, but I literally just put on there whatever I would like to eat. And ham doesn't tend to be too high anyways. Just checked, it was 1 point for this serving of ham, which is fantastic. And then the last thing I have is this Coronation coleslaw, which again I got from Marks and Spencer's, and it's this vibrant yellow colour. And honestly guys, this contains sultanas, carrots, and it is just delicious. It's a whole new world for me when it comes to coleslaw, and I'm going to have a healthy splodge of that because I didn't have much for breakfast. So I would hazard a guess to say that's about 3 points. Feel free to get your app out and check, but again, I'm not being too strict about things. And lastly, I'm going to have some M&S hand-cooked black truffle and olive oil crisps. I tried these days ago, and honestly I've been back to get 2 more bags because I am obsessed. I'm not going to weigh these out, but I am going to give you guys a tracking amount for them. But I'm just going to have, I would say like a bag's worth, like a typical, if you were to buy a standard bag of crisps in the UK, that's probably the serving that you would get. So I'll just get my app out and see what we're working with on this. And it is between 4 to 5 points for this amount of crisps. I'm not going to weigh it out, so again I'm just kind of guesstimating there, but they are delicious and they're worth every single point. So altogether the sandwich is 10 because the bread is 6, the ham is 1, which is 7, and my coleslaw is 3. Again, I'm not being too strict, but that's what you're looking at. But you can again get low fat coleslaw, and you could use alternative bread if you should like, but I find this to be quite typical, and I'm going to go and enjoy. Now I'm going to have my afternoon coffee, and I have, ooh, a WhatsApp message, but I also have some chocolate that I recently picked up after seeing it all over Instagram and YouTube and everything, and I wanted to give it a try for myself. So while the kettle boils, I will grab it and show you guys, and it is One by Tony's. If I can find where I put it, here it is. I actually have 3 of these bars, all of which are different flavours. I have the gingerbread, the salted caramel, and Andrew has the vegan almond dark chocolate because he's lactose intolerant. And this chocolate actually does come up on the app. Now it is 8 points per 30 grams, and this bar is 180 grams, which means a sixth of this bar would cost you 8 points, which is quite high. I mean, it is, but it's a very, very thick chocolate bar, so you wouldn't need much of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very, very thick. So this is more than like 30 grams, I would say, or maybe no, actually, yeah, it's probably about 30 grams. So that's about 8 points. But again, feel free to use whatever chocolate you would like. You guys know I always tend to have some kind of chocolate with my afternoon snack, and right now this is what I'm treating myself with, because honestly, it is delicious and just something that I've been enjoying, especially considering the fact that I've been running. I'm trying to up my calorie intake, so I do treat myself to a bit of chocolate every single day, and I probably will share that with Layla as well. Like, I won't have the whole thing, because when can a parent ever eat their own chocolate when their kids are around? They can't. They end up sharing it. But this is what it looks like. Check it out. It's delicious. It's now time to make dinner, and I've decided to have kind of an easy-ish one, but with a bit of a twist. So I'm going to be adding to this, but I mentioned in my last vlog, if you haven't seen it, I'll link it on the screen, that I was sent a box from the guys over at Pasta Evangelist. Basically, they're a box service where you can get fresh gourmet pasta delivered straight to your door, along with everything that you would need to create a delicious dinner. I do have a discount code, I'll link it down below. So part of that, I got this sauce, which is ready made in a bag, which is a meal for one, and I also have, it looks like tagliatelle or perhaps linguine to me. I'm not 100% sure on that, but instead of just having it as the sauce, which I'm sure would be delicious, I'm going to add a bit more to it just to make it a bit more substantial for dinner time. I've got some chicken here. This is skinless chicken breast, which is of course free on WW, and I have some vegetables that I need to eat. So I have an eggplant, which I'm going to slice up, and I might cook that in the oven and then lay it out on the top or on the side. I think that would be delicious, because normally I just chop my eggplant, and I think, or aubergine, but I think it might be quite nice to kind of slice it and season it. So that's what I'm going to do with that. In the sauce, I'm going to fry in some pepper that I need to use. I also have 2 shallots here. These are just regular banana shallots. I have 2 cloves of garlic and some fresh oregano. I'm going to cook it all in garlic olive oil, again to echo that garlicky taste. And I also have some pre-prepared chicken stock here, which is again kind of a cheats dinner. So yeah, I'm going to get it all together. They also sent over this little tub of parmesan that you would sprinkle on the top, which is so precious. I actually used part of it the other day, and I'm going to use the rest up now. So the first thing I'm going to do is get all my veggies chopped, cook my chicken, and I'll just put it all together with the sliced aubergine, and I can guarantee you it's going to be delicious. But if you do want to go and check them out, it's not sponsored, it was gifted, but go and check them out because I have a discount code, and I'm sure this will be all kinds of delicious. I cannot wait to try it, so let's get going.
Always try to give, don't ever take it. Life is what I need, it's what you make.
And to give it some colour, I'm going to sprinkle some all-purpose seasoning on the top, which makes it a lovely colour, but also this is just a fantastic blend of spices that complement most things really, really well. And again, it's a very, very quick way to get some kind of marinade together without having to go too much effort.
It's what I need, it's what you make it. Always try to give, don't ever take it. Life has its music, life has its song. Life has its music, life has its song. Life has its music, life has its songs of love.
Pasta often because I don't, but what I do know is this is one serving for one person, and I would say on WW this amount of pasta is likely to cost around 8 to 10 points, so there's actually quite a bit here. So I'm gonna have literally about 2/3 of the serving and give the kids the rest, or put it in with the kids' pasta that they're having in a moment, which is about this much, which is definitely enough for me, especially if I have it with a bit of bread as well. So all I'm going to do is put some salt and pepper into here, because I always like to season my pasta as well. Already looking super, super rich, and that stock that we've added is going to enhance that chicken. If you have a glug, add a shot of red wine, that would be delicious. Giving my aubergines a turn, pop the lid on here, turned it all down to the lowest setting and left the lid slightly ajar so the moisture can escape. And now I'm going to cook the pasta.
It's what I need, it's what you make it. Always try to give. Don't ever take it. Life has its music. Life has its song. Life has its music. Life has its song. Life has its music. Life has its songs of love.
There you have it, guys. Dinner is served. Of course, all the veg that I used is free. Olive oil, you can point that at your discretion. You could also use fry light oil if you choose to. I can't accurately point the sauce, but I'm going to hazard a guess and say it's about 5 points perhaps. I'm just trying to give you guys, you know, and thereabouts. Chicken breast is free, and the parmesan was literally a sprinkling, so I would say maybe 1 point, but I'm going to go and enjoy.
Always try to give. Don't ever take it. Life is but a dream.
Next day now, the pasta was delicious. It was so fresh and silky. I really enjoyed it. Again, if you want to go and check out that company, I will link it in the description box down below along with my discount code. It was mega, it was so good. And even though I didn't really I didn't make it any quicker because I added my own stuff to it, you could definitely have just had that sauce on its own with some pasta and some parmesan, even some pancetta sprinkled on top would be lovely and very, very quick. And I really, really enjoyed it. And that aubergine, delicious. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a like, subscribe if you're new to see these hopefully every other day from me, and I'll see you in my next one.
Oh, oh, oh.